Welcome to the D&D Morning Show. I was expecting him to say something there.
I think she's expecting the music.
No.
See,
Not expecting the music.
She stops and waits for it, but doesn't want me to do it. I think she secretly likes it.
No.
You like it, don't
but
you?
It did remind me of something. Remember when we first started doing videos and Drew would like stop for me to speak? And I wouldn't say anything. I'd just be like this.
What do you mean first? I think that happened on the last show.
Maybe. But it happened a lot when we first started. Drew would pause for me to add something. I'd be like, I got nothing to add.
Then off air, she'd be like, you didn't let me talk. And I was like, a pause. There was a pause.
Yeah, anyway, little trip down memory lane there.
What do we got going on today?
Today, we're going to talk about a fun fact, of course. You're going to say my fun fact. And then we're going to talk about protein, because a lot of times the question comes up when you eat a plant-based diet, how do you get your protein? So we're going to answer that for you today. And we got a pancake recipe and a quote.
There you go.
A very nice quote. That came from my brain.
Your brain. Which is the fun fact? Is that your little pins?
My bobby pins.
Yeah, bobby. So Dorothy's bobby pins are everywhere.
I don't know how it happens.
I don't know how they happen. She has like a little trail of bobby pins everywhere she goes. And then when she looks for them, can't find them. And you're like, where are my bobby pins? And I'm like, I don't know, all over the house. And
It's
everywhere.
so true.
How do they get everywhere?
Well, the problem is why that I need bobby pins is because I got these wings everywhere. So if I don't wear bobby pins, then my wings come out. But sometimes, after wearing bobby pins all day long, it makes your head hurt.
So you just
throw them
on the ground?
You're gonna go watch TV, you're like, oh, my bobby pin, so you take it out. Or sometimes when your hair, like it slips out of your hair. So sometimes I'll just be walking and it'll go like, bing!
And you don't pick it up.
That's where you come in. Shouldn't he pick them up? He doesn't have to wear them.
I always wonder, I'm like this, we didn't ever really actually talk about this, but I always wonder, like, do you have like an unlimited supply of bobby pins somewhere?
No.
Where do they come from?
Well, but I do have a little dish I put them in. But then all of a sudden, after months and months, the dish will be out of bobby pins. I'm like, where do they go?
Everywhere.
Like, where? Where do they all go? I have no idea. It's like socks in the dryer. Where do they go? Not sure.
I can tell you where your pins go. Just wait. I'll find one on the floor here. Oh, there's one.
I've been doing a better job, though, at picking them up. I think so.
The hair things, too. The little hair elastic.
Oh, these hair elastics for ponytails.
Everywhere.
They fall out in my sleep sometimes.
You know what they should do? They should charge more for them, and they should put them in smaller packages. Then people wouldn't lose them.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No.
I don't know.
All right, what's next?
What's next? Well, we're going to get into talking about protein.
That's right. So
Plant-based protein.
one of the questions that we always get, always, is when they see our pictures, like food pictures, meal plans, recipes, where's the protein? It comes up, I can't even count how many times it comes
All
up.
the time.
So people say, where do you get your protein? Do you want to start? Or?
Well, protein, like in plant-based diet, protein is embedded throughout. That was kind of what I always try to explain. So you're not just getting one source of nutrient. For example, take quinoa. Nice source of protein, but it's seen as only a carb, generally, right? But you're getting multiple sources of nutrients within that food, as opposed to a chicken breast, right? You're just getting protein. It's isolated, one strand, like
macronutrient.
One macronutrient.
So here's what happens is when they explain how you get your macronutrients from food, there's protein, there's carbs, there's fats, and then there could be another category which isn't really thought of, but we talk about fiber, antioxidants from your vegetables. And that's like the smallest macronutrient that nobody talks about. So when we flip that around and say that's where we get most of our food from, people are like, what are you talking about? Where's the protein?
And I think like when we learn that way, like when we learn about macronutrients, our brain like automatically, this is a big word for me, compartmentalizes them as one. Like protein is like one. Fats is one food,
Right.
And then fiber, one thing.
Right. So when you
Carbs,
get your
one thing.
So when you get your carbohydrates, for example, it has to be like just a carb, like just a potato, for example.
Yeah.
Instead of, and so you have just a potato, then you have just protein, usually from meat. So if we don't have meat in our meal plans or in a picture, for example, people are like, well, they think there's no protein. Like, where's that macronutrient? Is what people are saying. And what Dorothy's getting at here is we combine them. So if you look at quinoa, for example, like you're saying, we can get it's a complete protein. So you get your protein, and it's a complex carbohydrate. So it's a slow digesting carbohydrate. So you get 2 in 1.
Yeah, you do.
So we should be more excited about getting more bang for your buck.
That's right. Yeah. And there's all kinds of different examples like this. For example, hemp seeds, right? You're getting your protein and you're getting your healthy fats.
Yeah, and you know what's great about something like a hemp seed? So hemp seed, you have your protein, you have healthy fats, you have trace minerals, you have fiber, you have a lot of different things combined in that type of macronutrient or in that fat, let's call it. So it's not just a fat. If you get protein, for example, it's usually a protein, right? Like avocado, sure there's vitamins in it as well, but if you look at it macronutrient-wise, it's just fat.
Just the fat.
It's not
healthy fat.
Right, you're not going to get like, but there's probably protein in some type of protein in the avocado as well, but it's not like a meat, for example, or it's not like as substance as a quinoa or a complete protein like hemp seeds, for example. So that's something that's worth explaining as well.
And yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think while you were talking, while he was blabbing on.
Doesn't listen to me.
I was thinking of other things, and throughout our day, we are continually fueling our body with protein-rich foods that could be disguised as other things. For example, trail mix, like nuts, seeds, protein, but they are seen as a fat.
Right.
Right?
And those are combined with other things. So there might be like dark chocolate in there, and we believe dark chocolate is a health food.
Yeah.
So there's tons of health benefits from dark chocolate. So you put that together, then maybe you have some dried fruit in there. So that we consider that a snack meal, which makes it a fantastic way to boost your metabolism and keep your body energized all day long. So you're not just getting that one nutrient again. Or if you combine foods, like one of my favorites is, because we have green smoothies every morning.
He's gonna steal my idea right here. This is my idea.
If it was
Just
her
for the
idea,
record.
if it was her idea, she would have said it already.
No, I was waiting. I didn't want to say all of my ideas at first.
All right, what you got?
Anyway, you go.
No.
No, you haven't. You haven't. Go ahead.
All right. So if you combine cucumber and celery. You get a complete protein, which a lot of people don't know. So you get a complete protein that you would usually only find from a meat, for example. Or if you look at our perspective, or the way we eat, you can find that in a seed. A lot of people think that quinoa is a grain, for example, but you find that in a seed like quinoa, complete protein. Hemp seed, is a complete protein. So if you combine these vegetables, you get a complete protein, which usually you only find in meat products. So that's why a lot of people are like, well, if you have no meat, then where's the protein coming from? One of the things that I like to look at is, when you go to the gym and like the whole gym atmosphere was built around bodybuilding. And that's kind of an old thing in the past because most of us aren't bodybuilders. So you go to the gym and you do curls. Like curls.
For the girls.
And I used to do it too. That's how I was brought up, learning how to exercise. So you sit there and you do curls, and maybe you change your arm angle, for example. You do the outside of your bicep because there's 2 muscles. Bicep.
Oh, bye.
So you can use different weights, you can use different rhythms to mix that up, but you're really focusing on one muscle group, right? And I think of that the same way if we compare that to macronutrients. So if you're having a chicken breast, for example, you're only focusing on one macronutrient, which is the protein. But if you go to the gym and you're working out your whole body in a short amount of time, you're working out your bicep, your shoulder, your lats, your abs, your core, your legs, you're getting so much more out of your workout. So if you can translate that to food, and you could say we're getting our healthy fats, we're getting our proteins, we're getting our carbohydrates in a different combination of one meal, for example, or combining these foods, then you get more bang for your buck. And you
stole my line again.
You get more bang for your buck, and you don't have to focus on like just the bicep or just the fat or just the carb. or just your legs. You work your whole body at the same time. You just get more out of it.
Mm-hmm. And another point I was thinking of as he was going on and on and on.
He doesn't listen, just blank when I talk.
I was thinking about how throughout the day, like your protein consumption, would you say, is building up incrementally. Look at all my big words today.
2 big words.
So, you have some trail mix, there's some protein. You have some quinoa for supper, there's some protein. So all these little bits combine, because a lot of times we're looking at the amount of protein and trying to compare the amount of protein in quinoa versus a chicken breast, right? And of course, because the chicken breast is just protein, it has higher amount, right? But we might not be considering all the little bits we're having throughout the day that will build up. Right?
That's a good point. Because many times you might not have a whole lot of protein, then in the evening you have like a big steak, for example.
Yeah.
Instead of spreading it out throughout the day and then using those different macronutrients to fuel your body all day long. Very good point.
Yes. I got one.
All right. So I think it's just important to mention that we teach well balanced meals, full meals. You get all your macronutrients, you get your fiber, you get your antioxidants, you get everything you need in the meal plans through a plant-based diet, which doesn't mean we focus on one different thing at a time, one macronutrient to get all scientific. That's just a big word to say all the different categories.
Proteins, fats, carbs.
Get a recipe first?
I sure do. And it's kind of interesting because one of our favorite recipes, or our favorite one, is Complete Truth protein pancakes. And in there, you're getting your protein, right? Because we have hemp seeds and quinoa in the pancake. It's like a protein pancake.
Right? Well, we didn't mention that in the past clip of your macronutrients or your complete proteins, for example, but that's why we designed Complete Truth protein.
Yes.
Is because you get a slow digesting carb in quinoa, for example, which is also a complete protein. Then you get your healthy fats, and then it's also complete protein, which is the hemp seeds as well. So combine the two into a flour or powder, so that can be used in smoothies or baking. So this is our Complete Truth protein pancake recipe that Dorothy's talking about.
And it's absolutely delicious. Very few ingredients. We've got the Complete Truth protein. We've got some bananas for a sweetener, and what else? Applesauce in there. An egg. Very simple ingredients. Chocolate chips if you want banana chocolate chip. But very, very easy, simple to make. And one of the things that people often ask me, are they light and fluffy like the conventional pancakes? And I think when we are transitioning to a healthier diet, we also have to transition our mindset around it. So the answer is they're different, right? They're not going to be that doughy, fluffy, conventional pancake, but they are delicious.
Yeah, but I think it goes back to when you talk about like protein pancakes, some people use like conventional types of protein powder to try to make pancakes just to increase their protein consumption.
Yes.
So that's like a super heavy, thick, flat pancake.
Yeah.
And it's hard to eat.
Yes.
And I know because I used to try to eat them too. And they were horrible. So I think that's what people are asking about. But these aren't like that.
No.
They're kind of in between. They're not like your, IHOP pancakes?
IHOP, yeah.
Not like super fluffy that could like float away. So they're somewhere in between, but they're a bit fluffy and they're super delicious. So you're right about changing your mindset. If you just understand that it's not going to be something that you bought in the store, but it's going to taste fantastic and it's good for your body, then we can get past whatever we're looking for from from a breakfast shop.
And one other thing I wanted to share was about our new way to cook them. So sometimes I was finding it frustrating because when you are healthy making things healthier, they don't always turn out exactly the same. So sometimes I would, in the frying pan, make the pancakes. They turned out fantastic. Other times, not so fantastic. So during one of my meltdowns, perhaps we could say, in the kitchen, because my pancakes weren't turning out, Drew takes over. And I don't know where this came from. Maybe you can finish the story. I don't know where your idea came from.
I was just like, I'm a resourceful type of person.
Yes, he is.
I figure like if you can't get it done one way, you can get it done another way. So the pan wasn't working out. The pancakes were flat and crumbled. Dorothy was having a little bit of a meltdown. And I was like, I got it. Just let me handle it.
Just get out of the kitchen. I'll do this.
So I was trying to think of all these ideas of like what I can do. And I was like, I wonder if you can bake pancakes, because it was really they weren't flipping over on the pan and they were sticking. So maybe we thought needed a new pan, or maybe it was the mix, whatever it is. So I said, what if you could bake pancakes? And I was like, I'm just gonna try it. So what's the worst thing that could happen? Because they weren't working out to begin with. So we put them on the pan, threw them in the oven, and they turned out
perfect.
To perfection.
Perfect, like golden brown. Like
Light,
just
fluffy.
light, fluffy, golden brown. And we didn't even use, or I should say, he didn't even use, Drew didn't even use oil.
No,
right?
just threw it on the pan.
Just threw it on the pan. You had a non-stick sheet on the pan.
Yeah. So we always bake pancakes now.
Yeah, always.
Don't even mess around with the pan.
No.
'Cause you can put on 6, 8, 12, depending on how big your pancakes are. And you can throw them all across the pan and pop them in instead of standing there, flipping.
Flip one.
Standing there, flipping like, oh, you go. Because I always do multitask, which isn't a great thing. So I'll go do something and come back and I'm like, oh, shoot. I did
it again.
So you throw in the pan and you check it once or twice. Oh,
they're
heavenly.
Yeah, try it. Baking pancakes in the oven. Yeah.
So what do we got for a quote?
Oh, interesting quote. So a little history about my quotes first. I'll try to be quick so it's not like a 45-minute show here. But anyway, one of my good friends, she had a rough night. We were talking through, we were texting this one evening, and the conversation kind of ended like, all right, just go to bed, have a sleep, and wake up, it'll be a fresh day. So in the morning, I texted her and I said, it's time to wake up and put your positive pants on. So I just thought that was a nice quote, right? Wake up, put your positive pants on.
So that's the quote for today.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I think when you get that mindset right from the beginning, like I'm gonna be positive today, and sometimes that's what it takes to be positive throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's it.
Thanks for tuning in to another D&D Morning Show.
Yeah, thanks for checking it out.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See you later.